The Denny Chimes are one of the focal points on the campus of the University of Alabama. If you are a college football fan, you must make Tuscaloosa on a Saturday afternoon atop your wish list. If you want a presence for college football, this place is smoking. And it's filled with all kinds of pageantry to enhance an SEC game. Welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Simply a gorgeous afternoon in Tuscaloosa. A brief glance at the standings. And how about the teams from Mississippi? They're both 3-0, and this is a significant game for Alabama and A&M, both stuttering for the last couple of weeks. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. We welcome you to T-Town. It's been a tough couple of weeks for the Alabama football team and their fans. They lose at Ole Miss. They have a 1-point victory in the rain against Arkansas last week. The fans seemed annoyed, and that set Nick Saban off at his Monday press conference.
You know, everybody's got such a high expectation for what our team should be. I was just happy to see our players be happy about playing a game and winning. And it really sort of, if you want to know the truth about it, pisses me off when I talk to people that have this expectation like they're disappointed that we only won the game 14-13 and in the way we played. Really, that's frustrating. You want to talk about something that's frustrating? That's frustrating to me.
Well, the expectations are fairly high here in Tuscaloosa.
You know, Vern, what was that word you used in the open? Pageantry they like down here?
Yeah.
Well, you know what pageantry to an Alabama fan is? The offensive line blowing people off the line of scrimmage. And that hasn't happened in a couple weeks, so everybody is up in arms. That's really the key to the football game. If Alabama is going to win the SEC championship and challenge for the national championship, they got to get that offensive line, and that means everybody. Tight ends and quarterbacks will be better if they get that offensive line going. You know, Blake Sims will help them out with his legs, but if they get it all rolled together, then we'll see the Blake Sims that we saw when we were here in the Florida game. It's a group. And I know Nick is frustrated, and he used another word that I'm not going to use. But it's a tough league, and if you don't have your A game, every game.
Win at South Carolina. Now they've run into those two teams from the state of Mississippi. Lost both considerably. How do they right the ship?
Well, I think first of all, for Kevin Sumlin, the head coach, has to say two pretty good teams we played.
Right.
But it wasn't like Texas A&M. I mean, they're good at throwing the football when they do it. It just wasn't like them. If they're going to have Kenny Hill be the guy he was at the beginning of the season, they need to help him too. And that means that the running backs have to fall in and give him some of that yardage. Remember, the team the last 2 years had Johnny Manziel gaining yards with the quarterback position. Well, that's not happening this year. That means those three guys have to help the quarterback, or I think Texas A&M could have another problem here today.
It is a game of some consequence in the SEC West. Back to first on the field, the hometown team, the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Right behind them, making their second ever visit to Tuscaloosa, and they won the last time. Allie LaForce with Aggie coach Kevin Sumlin.
Coach, the last time you played in Bryant-Denny Stadium, you came away with a 29-24 victory.
And not give up the big play.
Senior wide receiver Malcolm Kennedy is back in the lineup. He's had great success against Alabama. How much of a difference maker can he be?
Well, he's had great success against most people, so we've missed him the last couple, 3 weeks. Hopefully he'll give us the consistency that we need that we've been lacking the last couple weeks.
Coach, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I think hanging on to the ball is the key for A&M, not just when they hand it off, but when they throw it to those skilled receivers. They had a ton of drops against Mississippi State.
Picture perfect weather. How about this? Mid-October, 75 degrees, severe clear in the forecast. These two teams have not met all that often. This is only the 7th time. That first meeting in the 42 Cotton Bowl, and Johnny Manziel and Malcolm Kennedy led them to a victory 29-24, as Allie mentioned.
You know, Vern, interesting. Alabama won the toss and elected to receive. Remember, the last 2 times they played Texas A&M with Johnny Manziel.
And Landon Collins are the deep people. Taylor Bertolette will kick off. More than 50% of his kickoffs this season have gone for touchbacks. Add another one.
51%. There we go.
Boom. That's his 50th kick and his 29th. Even with a sociology degree, I can figure out the math on that one.
He's good at it.
And the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Let's begin with Blake Sims.
Well, you know, first time on the road. That really was a struggle for Blake, but it wasn't just him. As we talked about in the open, the whole Alabama team has to play better football.
They have not run the ball well of late. TJ Yeldon is alongside Sims. Bradley Bozeman, a key figure. He's a freshman center replacing the injured Ryan Kelly. Here's Sims. Drills it. Completes it. DeAndrew White, number 2.
You know, we have seen this in the past in big games from Alabama football teams. They like to spread the defense out with wide throws, easy throws for the quarterback, and then pound them late. Let's see if that's the strategy today for Lane Kiffin.
17th catch for White. He missed a couple of games early in the season. Here's Amari Cooper, who surprisingly bobbled it. He's been slightly dinged the last couple of weeks. Let's introduce you to the remainder of the Alabama offense. Robertson, the true freshman. Quanjo. There's Bozeman. He replaces Ryan Kelly. Brown Shepard on the right side. And Amari Cooper, only 2 catches last week in the rain in Arkansas. He's top of the screen. Quick flip right.
Actually called running plays, and both plays back to back, the corner gave between 6, 8, 10 yards of cushion, and Blake Sims says, if you don't want to cover our best guy, I'm going to throw it to him.
That was Victor Davis, number 28, who gets the start today for A&M. We expect him to not play for a long time. Let's go this side. DeAndrew White, and he's got it down to the 25-35. Devontae Harris, number 1, makes the stop. It's a gain of 4. There you see Jalston Fowler, number 45. He and Yeldon in the backfield. Fowler, a blocking back and a sometime pass receiver, is tight to the right side. Yeldon. Nice spin. Aggie defense susceptible. Obioa, Williams, Robinson, and Myles Garrett, the true freshman up front. DeShazer Everett, last time we saw him, had 16 tackles despite the loss to Ole Miss. 3rd and 1.
And remember the end of the Arkansas game, the problems they had with the quarterback sneak. Get a camera on Nick Saban right now.
Blake Sims on 4th and 1 went up, tried to go over the top. To deem it unsuccessful is to understate what happened. They'll hand it off to Yeldon. He's got the first down. And more. Flag is down. Matt Austin is the referee today.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, 83 defense. Half the distance to the goal at the end of the run, automatic first down.
That's Alonzo Williams.
Well, Mark Snyder, the defensive coordinator for Texas A&M, believed and told us that he thought his defensive line, as you can see in the middle of the screen right there, there's the hand of the face mask, could hold up between the tackles. He said all week we worked on perimeter runs. We have to be able to stop them between the tackles. We can't give up the whole run game.
First down goal. Sims looks back toward Lane Kiffin. O.J. Howard, the tight end, is tight to the left side. Vogler tight right. Play action. Sims. Chased. Got it. How about that?
No,
O.J. Howard.
He dropped it.
Did he really?
They called it no touchdown.
I thought he had it.
I think O.J. thought he had it, but the official right on the play called it a bobbled catch. You got to complete the catch in the end zone. I don't know who he was throwing it to, but O.J. Howard caught it, but did not complete it. Sure, it'll be reviewed. If he had it, no, it was out. They're not going to review. They're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Second down goal. Yeldon again. Goes over right guard, right tackle. Still struggles.
Nothing. Good defense that time.
Yep. Now let's take a look at the Alabama Verizon red zone stats. 18 touchdowns in 28 trips. That's close to the national average of 62%.
Yeah, see, when you throw that first down pass, they're pretty when they go in, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
But then you get behind the chains here, and now you start to think, well, you know, what are they going to do?
Are you thinking of Georgia, South Carolina?
Yes,
perhaps?
exactly.
Yeah, thought so. First and goal. Christian Jones.
Man, wide split. I wonder if they're going to try to bring somebody in that split area right here.
Sims looks there, drills it.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That might have been 6.
And that's the guy who... Something was coming across, and then, boy, bad route, bad execution, and Everett should be changing the scoreboard.
Well, they will go for the field goal, and this has been a major problem in recent weeks. Andrew Griffith is one of his last 5 over the last 3. This is a chip shot, 21 yards.
No such thing for Alabama.
He missed from 30 last week. He's got this one. You're right.
You know, we talked about drops. There was a drop that could have been a touchdown for Texas A&M.
Yep. Offensively, they missed. They dropped 11. Here's 7 Sumlin. That's not Kevin Sumlin. I was misled. Now that is Kevin Sumlin, and that is Nick Saban. We welcome you back to Tuscaloosa. First score of the game, a 21-yard field goal, but a near interception for a touchdown for Texas A&M. And the Aggies will get the ball on offense after that 71-yard drive in 10 plays. Speedy Noyle is one of the deep men. Adam Griffith kicks it off. It goes left, and that will be a touchback. Kenny Hill, the freshman who started out with 511 yards throwing against South Carolina. Take a look at his numbers, Gary.
I think the key thing for Kenny Hill is when it's not there, the way the play was drawn up, don't have a disaster. Check it down or run. You know those criticisms of Johnny Manziel that he gave up on a play too much? Kenny needs to do that a little bit more. Just make up, but stay away from the bad play, throw a check down, or get rid of the ball.
He's had turnover issues, interceptions in the last couple of games. The losses to Mississippi State. There's a toss going left. Malcolm Kennedy, who gets a block on the edge. Kennedy out for the last 2 games. And let's take a look at the remainder of the. Come on, Cal. Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Ogbuehi, an All-American. Harrison Matthews. Cameron Clear. We are told they intend to use the tight end much more today. He's been nicked a little bit. That's him right there. 3 down for Alabama. Hill, right side, caught. Kennedy again defensively for the Crimson Tide, and they were very effective late in the game at Arkansas last week. We'll call it a 4-2-5. Reggie Ragland will be in an upright position and sometimes have his hand on the ground. And you see the remainder of them. It's 3rd and 4. Four-man rush. They stunt, and they've got. Well, yeah, now they do. Pressure. Xavier Dixon, that's his 6th sack of the year.
Here's textbook of why Alabama's difficult to throw the ball against. This is their combo look. As the receiver goes across, they pass it off to Trey Dupree. Watch this. He takes away the first throw, and all of a sudden an easy throw is outnumbered because Alabama's willing to switch on those crossing routes. Perfect coverage by Alabama.
Drew Kaiser, effective punter. Alabama has had terrible problems on special teams. And Christian Jones grabs.
Got a standing ovation.
Yeah, because he held on to it.
You get the feeling these people watch the games. I think they do.
I think so, too. Jones has had fumble problems. Fumbled a kickoff in the loss at Ole Miss. Alabama has it back 2nd time.
Alabama comes out again in that formation they've been using. They've got the fullback tight end in, and they've been going 2 tight ends a lot. This time they shift the tackle over to go unbalanced right. Cam Robinson is on the right.
Both wide receivers are to the left side. Now DeAndrew White goes in motion. They give it up the middle to T.J. Yeldon.
That's pretty good defense again.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about that goal line effort?
Remember they
Sherburne.
They threw the ball on 1st down, but watch this wall that is built by that A&M front 4. No movement, nothing, not a yard given up. They make the tackle. Mark Snyder might not have been happy with a few things that happened in that drive, but he had to love the finish.
2nd down, 6. Sims keeps it.
I thought we might see some of this.
That's Myles Garrett.
Trying to help the running game with the legs. Remember, Dak Prescott carried the ball 23 times against these guys, okay? So, and was effective, obviously, running the ball. I would have been shocked if they did not try to get Blake Sims involved with a struggling running game.
Now, Lane Kiffin telling us yesterday, we just have not run the ball well at all. Part of that, the absence of Kenyon Drake, injured in the loss at Ole Miss. Here's Sims. That one's effective. That's Amari Cooper, already with 3 catches in the game.
This is a whole different look that A&M is giving Amari Cooper that he's seen the last 2. Basically daring Alabama to run the ball. Today, A&M is saying, we're going to play you honest and try to stop the run game. They're playing basically man-to-man to the outside.
They've got Devontae Harris up on the line. Now he backs off.
And now they can see an extra little help over here. Let's see where he goes.
Sims looking right all the way and overthrows DeAndrew White.
That had to be a bust on DeAndrew White.
I would think.
I mean, now that's usually a 5 or 6 yard route, and DeAndrew White was running down there to block.
Second down and 10. Well, we mentioned Lane Kiffin, offensive coordinator, in his first season alongside Nick Saban. And they've had some difficulty. Second and 10. Yeldon. It's DeShazer Everett again, who knocks him out of bounds. .7:41 to go, midway through the opening quarter. 3rd and 5. Cooper, top of the screen, right of the screen.
And they put Myles Garrett inside. This phenom freshman usually plays defensive end, but he's inside pass rushing.
There he comes. Yep. Quanjo tries to block him. The pass complete to Amari Cooper. That's 4 catches already.
As you look inside, I think it was Bradley Bozeman that helped on the play, or Ari Quanjo would have been beaten, and Cooper finds it. You know, Amari Cooper is the most targeted player by almost 30 throws, 30 targets in this Alabama offense. They throw to their best player.
4 receptions. I'm sorry,
Seems like
Dick.
a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. He has been hampered, as we said, by a bad right knee the last couple of games. Now this is Ardarius Stewart who's in the lineup. Sims looking deep, pumps once, throws it on second effort and finds Yeldon. Oh, what a move! First down, gain of 17.
And this time Alabama was trying to get the whole ball. 7 points in one throw. He comes off the throw late. He was trying to go deep, and wow, just made a miss. That was an easy miss on Donnie Braggs that time.
Yep, Donnie Braggs, the linebacker, out on Yeldon. And a gain of 17, first down 10. At the 30. Sims has a lot of time, but nobody open now. He just wings it. Now let's go back to the studio for a forward update. Here's Adam.
All right, Vern, number 4, Baylor may need another late comeback to stay unbeaten. West Virginia's Clint Trickett to Mario Alford, and the Mountaineers take a 41-27 lead. They have the ball with 2.5 to go, and the Bears have set a Big 12 record, guys, with 215 penalty yards.
My gracious. Second down.
Committee's going to have to be meeting more than 2 days a week. I'll tell you that right. They should probably pitch a tent there. They're going to have to stay there for 2 months.
I'm looking forward to your analysis of what the committee's going to do. Here's Yeldon again. Bradley Bozeman, the freshman center, called upon when Ryan Kelly went down in that loss at Ole Miss. 3rd and 1.
Nice mix for Alabama here. They've run 18 plays, 7 runs, 11 passes. But remember, of those 18 plays, 2 of them were actually called runs that he just dumped it out to the wide receiver. So it's very balanced.
3rd and 1. Fake the toss. Rolled right. Jelston Fowler. First down. Well, this point of the season, every team dealing with injuries, but this team lost Kenyon Drake to a leg fracture, Ryan Kelly to a knee, Denzel Duvall. Both Kelly and Duvall are expected back shortly. Kelly before Duvall, but Kenyon Drake is out for the year.
Well, last time, remember, they threw on first down, and then they got behind the chains. Almost had an interception for a touchdown. Let's see the strategy here.
Blake Sims has spent a lot of time patting Bradley Bozeman on his shoulder. It's a toss to Yeldon. It's a touchdown by Yeldon. Jalston Fowler and Cam Robinson leading the way.
I'll say basically what this is the Arkansas run game, and Cam Robinson just pushed poor little Howard Matthews out of the way. That bunch formation, that's what Arkansas was doing to give A&M problems a few weeks ago. Just put guys close, and the wide receivers are matched up and linemen are matched up against DBs.
Adam Griffith with the extra point. It is up and through, and the Crimson Tide have dominated the first quarter. T.J. Yeldon, you saw the note, first rushing touchdown since the West Virginia game that opened the season. 10-zip, Alabama on your phone.
That was a pretty drive. And you know, Vern, a lot of good decisions. When you get the ball in the hands of that guy, that's always a good decision.
I think so. Well, we talked about domination in the first quarter. This will be after the kickoff, the Aggies' fourth play from scrimmage. Alabama with 20 so far. And this one is fumble. Let's go back to the touchdown.
All right, remember we talked about the bunch formations, and what it does, it allows the tight end to block down. But watch the receiver. The freshman receiver comes inside and makes the key block on the play. But Darius Stewart, watch him. He blocks the linebacker that time. Bang! And there's the cutback. Listen, we talked about in the open. The linemen have to block, but they need help from the tight ends, the fullbacks, the receivers. It's a unit that runs the ball.
Great example there. And Yeldon off to a wonderful start. First down 10 at the 25. Kenny Hill. And they come near side. Ryan Anderson, number 7, says,
Well, as bad as the frustrations might have been for Alabama in that tough win, how about that? A tough win against Arkansas.
Yep.
That run defense for Alabama showed up. It's the first time a Brett Bielema team at Arkansas has been held to under 100 yards rushing.
Second down 11, loss of 1. And they've got 3 down again. The 3-man rush, they drop 8. That one is complete.
A beautiful design play right there.
Speedy Noyle, who had 11 catches, and they try to rip the ball out.
Well, you know, going back to last year, you kind of try to put these things together with a well-designed play there. Remember, Alabama got down last year, and they kind of handed it to A.J. McCarron and said, you got to match Johnny Manziel. I don't know if A&M has any other choice but to hand the ball to their freshmen and say, you got to get us points.
Yep. 3rd and 5. Rush coming. Ball is tipped. It's incomplete. Trey Carson, the intended receiver, and a second consecutive 3-and-out.
And you know, Alabama plays man-to-man, even in 3rd down and long. You call a play and Trey DePriest goes, I got my man. I got number 21. I get by one blocker up front. I don't know if it was Harrison or Matthews. I think it was Matthews. And he makes the play. So far, Trey DePriest. 2 big plays in this game already.
And a 4th and 5. Drew Kazer's on the punt for the 2nd time. Christian Jones, the deep man.
We got 2 punters in this game. I'll tell you what right now. That was perfect. You can't do it any better than that.
Kaser, who had a faux Heisman Trophy campaign that he launched, among which he sold. No, he didn't sell T-shirts. Please, he gave away T-shirts. Please.
Some places it's bad. Some places it isn't. Who's not selling T-shirts.
Thank you very much. Allow me to say I misspoke. These are the T-shirts that he surely gave away that said punters are people too. It was all tongue-in-cheek. Kaser, one of the outstanding punters in the SEC.
We got 2 of them.
Oh. Yeah, we haven't seen Alabama's yet because they've had 2 drives for field goal and a touchdown. Derrick Henry is on at the running back now. T.J. Yeldon is spelled. Henry, the big back. He weighs in excess of 225. Play action. Nice fake. Sims looks at a blocking help, and Vogler was down there. Let's go down to Allie LaForce. Allie?
Thank you, Vern. I'm noticing Alabama's energy has been outstanding even before they scored the touchdown. When Coach called out the public for not being satisfied enough with the 14-13 win over Arkansas, as you talked about before the game, that was the players' way of saying, you know what, Coach is sticking up for us. We want to stick up for him. The reason he challenged the public was because he said they had the most energy he's ever seen from his team and the most fight in that fourth quarter, and they've carried that fight over to the first quarter of this game so far. Outstanding energy on this sideline.
All right, Ellie, thank you. 2nd down and 2. And they give it to the big back, Derrick Henry. And a first down with 2:43 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah. And, you know, as bad as it looks, and it does look bad if you're an A&M fan, I mean, it's one drop ball from being, you know, a 7-point game the other, you know, for A&M, and a field goal off the thing. It was a 10-point drop for A&M, if you ask me.
First down's now 9-0 Alabama. That was a DeShazer Everett dropped interception at the goal line. And he had no one between himself and a touchdown. First down and 10. Sims. That's a nice pass, and that's Yeldon spread out wide to the right. Remember, they've done everything right so far.
Yes, but remember, that's a very comfortable play because you've got a running back that you trust into the outside, and just an easy throw. It is against the corner, though. You have to say that. I mean, that's a matchup that A&M probably should feel they should win when you think about it.
Yeldon on for that one play, leaves Henry.
It wasn't a linebacker like Florida put out there. Remember when
the
Kenyon
opening
Drake? Yeah.
play of the game went 87 yards. Sims to Kenyon Drake. And that was a linebacker on the running back. Wow.
And here we go. See, now this is pageantry right now. This is what they like to watch when you watch Alabama football.
Yeah.
That offensive line taking on people. Well, they didn't even block the middle of the play that time. I don't know, a bust ran right by a guy at the middle of the line. Not exactly sure, was it Jay Arnold, 96, but I can't imagine you run right at somebody and don't block them. So Alabama gets by with one right there.
Another gain of 17 and a first down 10 with the final 64 seconds unraveling here in the first quarter. Henry again out on the edge by himself. And let's quickly go back to New York once again. Here's Adam Zucker.
Hey, Vern, Arkansas trying to end their 15-game SEC losing streak. They're on the board first against Georgia as Alex Collins finishes off a 13-play, 75-yard drive. 12 of those plays were rushes. The extra point was blocked, though. 6-0 Razorbacks in Little Rock.
Adam, you got to let us guess on that. We would have probably guessed the over-under of 12 for runs on that drive.
Well, last week in their one-point loss, they had an extra point blocked. Here's Yeldon. Oh, wow.
And if that looks different to you, it's because it is. All year, Alabama has only had 5 runs of more than 20 yards against the Power 5 conferences. The long of the year, 29. They just beat it by a yard.
Yep. Yeldon for 30. And it's a 1st and goal already with a 10-point lead, and they may have to walk. Let's see how quickly they choose to snap the ball. They will not.
This is going, well, that was going to the tailback until they blew the whistle for the quarter.
Well, now they go down and face the student section. And as they make this 95-yard trot, they're going to get a pretty good reception. The end of one with the score 10-0 in Alabama threatening. We'll return to Tuscaloosa after this message and a word from your local station. Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, a gorgeous afternoon. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Allie LaForce. And Alabama threatening again. Look at this, the last 2 games, yards per game 117. In the first quarter today, led by T.J. Yeldon, they have rushed for 105. Dakota Ball, number 94, a third tight end, comes to the right side. On first down and goal, T.J. Yeldon is the running back. That's Justin Fowler in motion, number 45. Yeldon cuts back. Alonzo Williams. Well, Gary, let's go back to that drop by DeShazer Everett on the first drive of the game.
Big play of the game. First down, remember, a drop in here. Then they stuffed him on second down. And this one is a 7-point play. The last 2 games, Nick Saban said, not me, that Blake Sims had 4 passes dropped that could have been interceptions. Well, there's 5 in 3 games.
Yeah.
He's been very fortunate.
Second and goal. High formation.
It's a play action down. Let's see if they run a pass.
Roller. Yep, there you are. Fowler with a block now into the flat. Sims will run, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds by Sean Washington. So third and goal.
Yeah, it was a great play by Sean Washington all the way around. They were trying to get the ball to the fullback, and he was knocked off the pass route early in that play.
Third down goal. Looks like a little confusion.
A huge stop here for A&M. Can they put pressure on Blake Sims?
7 on the play clock. Motion. Oh, he got back. No flag. Sims drills it. Incomplete. Fourth down. Intended for Cooper.
And I'll tell you, there is a flag on the play. Or is there not? Our graphic is saying there is one.
It's a ghost flag. If there's no flag.
I'll tell you, the second down play, when they knocked Fowler off the pass route, makes it a fourth down try.
And they are apparently going to go for it. Nicewinder is in at fullback, number 46. They hand it to Yeldon. Touchdown, Alabama. And Nicewinder, number 46, helped lead the way.
I'll tell you, the middle of this line did a good job too, though, Vern. Bozeman, Brown, and Shepard just blew their guys off. That was run right at the freshman center. He challenged him. Remember, that was the Ryan Kelly spot that Bozeman had to replace, and Nick Saban challenged his offensive line, and they answered the call.
Adam Griffith with the extra point try. It is up, and he hammers it home.
Blake Sims got hit again, and then fell. Well, remember, he's got that bad shoulder. It was a bruised shoulder that he had, that he was dealing with. It's his right shoulder, and I think he fell on that right shoulder. Again, look at him reach for it. Absolutely.
When we were here last, he left the field in the midst of a brilliant day and returned to a standing ovation. Control of this one, 17-0. As A&M is looking for its first down of the ball game. Adam Griffith will kick off. Speedy Noyle, one of 2 men back. The other is James White. 2 3-and-outs so far for the Aggies. And Griffith is ready. Short kick this time. It'll be White. Oh, he let it go. Wow. But Noyle picks it up, comes left, and gets just across the 20. Well, this, I would think, Gary, this qualifies as domination. Alabama 221 yards, Aggies 8.
Yeah. Is Kevin Sumlin allowed to swear? Because who's frustrated now is what I'd like to say.
Hey, if we put Saban on the air with what you might call it,
wow. I mean, if you look, Kevin Sumlin right now is saying, can I have my turn? Because frustration has shifted over for the second consecutive game. Texas A&M has fallen behind early. Ole Miss, they never recovered. Can they do it here today?
Kenny Hill back, tipped. And we saw Blake Sims possibly injure his shoulder. Let's go down to Allie.
Thanks, Burns. He was pushed out of bounds right in front of me before that last scoring drive. He immediately grabbed his shoulder and even was grabbing it on the next play. But as of right now, he is seeking no medical attention. He never went to the trainer's table, and he's just joining his team on the sidelines.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's 2nd down and 10. 6 DBs, and the blitz is coming. Hill has to get rid of it, and he does complete it to Josh Reynolds, number 11.
That's a great job by Kenny Hill that time. Alabama's in their dime package, which means Landon Collins is playing what they called the money position for Alabama. It's really a second linebacker in the game. He goes to linebacker. They only have one on the field, and he was a free run. Here's a little diamond formation right up here by these 4 wide receivers.
Hill quick sets it up to Malcolm Kennedy, who cannot go anywhere, and it's Trey DePriest, number 33.
Having a good game.
Having a very good game. Early.
You know, this is tough on any quarterback. I mean, when Alabama was behind, they had a battle-tested A.J. McCarron in these games the last couple years. This is still a first-year player. Remember that playing here in Tuscaloosa.
He looks to his right. Now he freelances, and he will tuck it. Stiff arm. And he got something out of not much. Nick Perry, number 27, with the tackle. Third and 10. Again, 6 defensive backs. 4 men down, and it's a 4-man rush. Hill dropped.
Whoa.
Nick Perry had it.
I think that time the receiver, Malcolm Kennedy, fooled Kenny Hill. I think he thought Kennedy was coming inside, and Kennedy broke his route up. Watch it come up. Comes inside. When he throws the ball, he thinks Kennedy's coming across, and see how he changes his route at the last second? On that one, as Kenny Hill's letting that go, he's going, oh, no, you can't break your route off.
Here is Drew Kaiser. That's a poor punt.
That qualifies for poor. Right?
I'm a master of adjectives.
That's a perfect one right there.
That's a 25-yard punt. CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station. We're back in Tuscaloosa. It's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success. Gary?
Well, you don't need a lot of tools when one of your tools has a lot of different things it can do. And this is one of the outstanding running backs. We've seen him now for 3 years. Back-to-back 1,000 yards for TJ Yeldon. And watch this run. 1 miss, 2 misses, 3 cuts, and another cut. Poor tackling in the secondary, but that has been one of the things we've seen on tape for A&M for a while. But on that guy, he's tough to tackle for even the most elite tacklers.
75 yards on the ground already.
You know, he likes playing against A&M, Vern. Last year he was 25 for 152.
On first down, Sims. Nobody open. Deep left side. Man-for-man coverage. Incomplete. No flag. O.J. Howard, the tight end.
Good coverage that time by A&M. They wanted to go to the stutter to the wide side of the field, but the safety helped. And then he had to go. He had enough time to come back to the tight end. There's a little panic right there. Gets his hands on him. Could have been called, but I'm going to say good no call.
Yep.
And I think O.J. Howard needs to get that other hand up. If he would have reached with both hands and then got bumped, he might have drawn the flag. But since he was fighting too, they're not going to help you out.
Donovan Wilson was the defender. Number 18, second down and 10. That's Vogler. Setting up to the left. 4-man A&M rush, incomplete. Intended for DeAndrew White, And the coverage from the veteran Devontae Harris. Mark Snyder, defensive. Lane Kiffin. We had a chat with Lane yesterday. Let me be kind and say he had kind of had the grunge look.
Yes.
Hadn't shaved in a while, and he said, I ain't shaving till we score 20 points. He must have anticipated this.
I thought he said 21.
21.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, what?
You're right.
I don't get it. Maybe he went to a high school game last time. Called plays there or something. He lied to us.
Yeah, he did. Sims lets it go. It's caught.
What a catch.
Amari Cooper.
What a catch. Again, Blake Sims, this is what he brings to the table, getting outside the pocket. But watch Amari Cooper find the open area and pluck the ball. Those are the guys you love to throw with. You have about a 10-foot radius to throw that ball to a receiver like that. He just plucks it out.
That's a gain of 21, the 5th catch for Cooper. Here's Sims. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, again. Touchdown, Alabama.
It's the zone read keep. Vern, take it from here because here's what it was. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
And it was perfect commentary.
Lane Kiffin said yesterday, we just haven't run the ball.
Yeah,
well.
I remember I was quizzing him. Will you run the quarterback? He said you may see a little bit of it. I'm not surprised. And I think you're going to see that if you're an Alabama fan or if you're not. You're going to see the quarterback running the ball the rest of the year. Using him in the offense to help the running game will open it up for everyone else.
Donovan. Rushing yards thus far in the game. Well, take a look at 34-11 plays, 285 yards. And the rushing yards thus far, Alabama with 152, A&M not a yard.
You could close your eyes and pick out any stat right now and it would look like that. But just reach into the stat thing and put it up there. That's what it's going to look like. Domination.
Speedy Noyle.
No.
Terrific.
One more look at that run. Watch Myles Garrett. His job is to stay home and read the quarterback. Now watch what he does. He stays home and reads the quarterback. Now watch what happens. He's there. He's ready. Their number 6 is better than number 15. He did exactly what he was supposed to do to be coached, but Blake Sims faked it in, went right around him.
First down 10. 6 DBs on first down. 3 men down defensively for Alabama. They rush 3, drop 8. Hill across the middle. It's caught. That is Speedy Noyle. Mentioned that he had 11 catches in the loss at home, but 5 of those came in the fourth quarter when they were way behind. First and 10. Second first down for the Aggies. High snap. Trey Carson, number 21.
Shot comes as a good play by Kenny Hill. Now remember, if you're at A&M, you're drawing on the fact that you were 14 down against Arkansas in the fourth quarter, and you stayed in the football game. You got to chip away at it. Don't give up on any part of your offense.
Carson again looks for a block out on the edge, and Eddie Jackson makes the tackle. Third down 3. Reggie number 19.
Reggie Ragland, he's going to be in and out of the game, but this time it's a run stunt from the linebacker, and he's untouched. Beats inside, goes right inside that time. I don't know, was it Ifedi that he got inside the tackle? Yeah. You reach out, you got to be ready. You always got to be figuring your guy's going to move. He's not a stationary target, and on that one he did.
A little anger from Kenny Hill. And on 4th and 4, Drew Kaiser on the punt again.
Now that's a punt.
Christian Jones lets it go. 54-yard punt. Well, you saw Reggie Ragland come through and stop Carson. That led to a moment of anger from the quarterback, Kenny Hill. Chaos continues, does it not? Thank you, Adam. 24-0 here. And Mississippi State with an open week. And in the East, Georgia, last we heard, trailing Arkansas. That's a interdivision game. Kentucky will be at Kentucky next week. Mississippi State visiting Kentucky, playing tonight. And it's 10-6 Georgia leading. I thought that might be a tough game for Georgia.
It appears that Georgia's the class of the East, but Kentucky, they could legitimately be undefeated right now. So I don't know. We'll go to the game and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do. Sims got rid of it. Yeldon dropped it. Ooh. Ivan Robinson giving chase to Blake Sims. Missed 19-yarder for Oklahoma. Wow. Here are the first 4 possessions, a field goal and 3 touchdowns. We've not seen J.K. Scott, the punter, yet. Speaking of having good years, here's Bradley Bozeman getting his 3rd start at center, freshman.
The 2 freshmen are matched up here at the top, Robinson and Myles Garrett.
That's a catch by Cooper. Well, they are 2 of the better freshmen in the league. Cooper a little slow. Let's take you back to the Under Armour High School All-Star game. Myles Garrett and Cam Robinson.
Yeah, they're 2 of the elite players, both 5-star players. And the Alabama coaches have been riding Cam all week. That they watched that tape and they thought Myles got the best of them. So we'll keep an eye open when they have the matchup. It doesn't happen all the time in the game, in the football game. They move Myles Garrett all over the field.
3rd down 5. 5-man rush, delayed blitz across the middle, caught DeAndrew White out to the 35.
Boy, this, you would think if anybody could handle bunch formations and not get mixed up, it would be Texas A&M, since they face it every day in practice with all the different formations and bunches they use. But that fooled them that time, a free release.
Now 2 wides to either side. And up middle, T.J. Yeldon.
Wow.
How about that spin move? How about that missed tackle? How about that downfield block? All together leads to a big, big Alabama game.
What was your word last time? Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah,
and this time it was how about, how about, how about.
Yeah.
Both of them worked for me. How about, how about, how about. And Austin Shepard got a cleanup block right there. I remember a story a while back about John Chavis. I want to tell it, the LSU defensive coordinator.
Derrick Henry.
And it was about T.J. Yeldon. We were there to do some game, Alabama against LSU, and we were talking about Trent Richardson and how big a game, and Eddie Lacy.
Right.
And he goes, the guy that's going to be a superstar is T.J. Yeldon. And that's when he caught that screen pass against them to win the football game, to end the game.
Yeah, with about 28 seconds to go. Something like that. Here's Henry. That's another 1st down.
So, first of all, you got to get away from the umpire. 2 of the A&M players run into each other, and T.J. Yeldon now is looking like the most elite back we've seen in a long time.
He truly is.
Give him a little space. That has been the key. Lane Kiffin said, I want to find daylight for my running backs.
You see the fullback Fowler, Jelston Fowler, to the right side. There he is. Vogler was split out, the tight end. Here's Sims, chased, lobs it out and throws it away. Deshaun Hall was giving chase, this time number 10. And Yeldon's back on the field on second down. What's he done so far? 11 carries for 100 yards, 2 catches for 34. We've got 6:39 to go in the first half.
Most guys would take a shower after doing that.
That's right.
This formation is interesting. 2 tight ends, 2 wide outs, 1 back, and taking the ball from the center. This is old-time football for Alabama. They've gone back to basics.
Adjustments by the Aggies. Yeldon, a little skip step again.
And what basics means for Alabama is that offensive line getting to the next level, getting their men turned. Leon Brown, Bradley Bozeman again doing a good job. You know, Mark Snyder thought his defensive line could handle between the tackles. He thought if he put a nose tackle on the center that he would be able to stymie them. It has not turned out.
Now we've got the old classic eye with Fowler, the fullback, leading Derrick Henry. But first, Sims is chased, avoids the tackle, goes deep.
That's pass interference, isn't it?
It's a touchdown. That's the call. Brian Vogler, Shepard is down.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Now they're saying incomplete.
No, I don't think so. First of all, Vogler pushed him off. Look at him push him down. I don't know how they missed that one. Then as he catches the ball, he gets 1 foot, but the ball's out. The ball's out clearly. So they missed an interference, but they did not miss the ball. Watch him shove the player away.
Oh.
I don't know how you missed that one, but coming across, Howard Matthews made a nice play to save it. Man, I tell you, Vogler would have, I mean, that's how you get rebounds. You can't even do that in the NBA.
Austin Shepard, excuse me, Gary, is the injured player. He's back near the original line of scrimmage. And they have called time. Austin Shepard from Buford, Georgia. Time called.
Adam Zucker with this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan. And how about the way J.T. Barrett of Ohio State has replaced Braxton Miller in Columbus? Responsible for at least 4 touchdowns his last 3 games, 2 touchdown passes so far. The Buckeyes might not be flying under the playoff radar much longer all over Rutgers today. They're hoping for the good bow against Tennessee tonight in Oxford, and Jameis Winston looking to remain undefeated as a starter against Notre Dame. Back to Vern, Gary, and Allie in Tuscaloosa.
All right, Adam, thank you. Let's go back to the injury, Austin Shepard.
Well, Derrick Henry gets the block. Okay, here's Shepard right here, but it's Derrick Henry's block that kind of ricochets Armani Watts into the back, into the leg of Austin Shepard. Whoa. One of the tough things about playing offensive line.
Training staff paying very close attention.
And they wear those knee braces as protection just for that type of play.
Second down 10. Grant Hill is on at the right tackle spot. Aggie showing a blitz. Here they come. Screen pass. Yeldon. He has been unstoppable today.
And I gotta say, you know that big card that Lane Kiffin has as he calls out these plays? I mean, he can call anyone, any play right here. They put the Grant Hill in, and he makes a decent block, but he didn't have to have a good block. I mean, it has just been kind of, I don't know what the, Vern, you fill in the blank. What kind of defense is this for A&M? And it's been nothing they can find to get a stop.
Porous.
Oh, that's a good one. That's very fair.
Derrick Henry, the running back. Fowler, lead blocker to the right side. Sims, Henry up the middle, touchdown Alabama. Leaky, Sim-like.
Yeah, this is a team that had trouble running the ball, and they're gashing this team as if they're playing, you know, a small college football defense out here. has to be embarrassed to the wrecking crew history of Texas A&M football defense.
Adam Griffith on for the extra point. Cooper Bateman will hold it. Cole Mazza is the setter. Derrick Henry gets his turn in the spotlight. Pretty easy. Pretty embarrassing.
Adam Zucker with this update in New York. Indiana freshman quarterback Xander Diamont on the ground to make it 17-14 Hoosiers on top of number 8 Michigan State. He is the son of CBS soap star Don Diamont. Ah, the young and the restless, Vern and Gary.
Really? Wow. Indiana's already beaten Missouri this year. Break up the Hoosiers. It's 31-0 here with 5:26 to go in the first half of play. Short. Speedy Noyle. Out to the 21. They have covered the most memorable games and competed at the highest level in sports. Don't miss what these women have to say. We need to talk. Tuesday nights at 10 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And Allie LaForce will be in the studio.
And pretty soon we're going to need Allie to talk a lot if this thing keeps going today.
Allie, get your stories ready. How about that? 1st and 10. Boone Niederhofer, a walk-on player, number 82, actually started last week in the loss at home to Ole Miss. That was bad. Week before was bad. This has been worse.
And you know, Arkansas was close to being bad.
Yes.
Remember that penalty that could have made it, what, 31? I thought it was a three-score game. They got that whipping penalty Arkansas did.
Timeout, A&M. .443 to go first half. 31-zip. Bear Bryant, legendary coach, had in common both Alabama and A&M. He coached at both, and that's time to cue the dunk. Who's the only Heisman Trophy winner to play for Bear Bryant. Had all those years at Alabama, but prior to that, he was in College Station at Texas A&M. That's the Aflac trivia questions.
Alabama just substituted 4 defensive linemen. They brought in 4 5-star guys for 4 5-star guys.
Hill's in trouble. It got even worse.
Yeah, but it didn't get across the line of scrimmage. That'll be intentional grounding. It did not cross the line of scrimmage. Even though he was outside the tackle box, it has to cross the line of scrimmage.
Offense number 7. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
That's what I said. They bring in more 5-star guys. And the new 5-star guys make the play. This time it was Tim Williams.
And Reggie Ragland was back there as well. Tim Williams from Baton Rouge. 4:37 to go, 31-0. And it's 3rd and 17. Hill too high. Intended for Malcolm Kennedy. It'll be 4th down.
Well, you know, Alabama just has got a read on this pass offense for A&M. You know, there's been a lot of theories. What gives Alabama problems? My main theory is you have to be elite at quarterback. Yes, the tempo a little bit. I think you need to be balanced. You need to run the ball. A guy that's not experienced, they make him pay.
That one was bobbled by Christian Jones, but he gained control and watch out. Sam Miller, number 12, who is truly the 12th man, now on scholarship for the Aggies, made the touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, Christian Jones gets the return, but Cyrus Jones, number 5, gets the key block. And you know, I made a visit this morning, was out of the hotel early, and everybody I talked to said, I have to close my eyes when Alabama plays special teams. Well, today, it's been eye-opening.
But Jones, again, who has had trouble hanging on to kickoffs and punts, he's a little frustrated. He almost lost that one. He turns it in to a 47-yard punt return. Yeldon, top of the screen. Sims, Yeldon. Oh, it's Cooper. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper inside of Yeldon. And it's now 37-0. .4:10 to go, first half. Adam Griffith.
Vern, on this play, Amari Cooper shows you exactly what a patient, skilled receiver will do. Patience, a jab step, and he's got all that room. Just drop it in the breadbasket. That is as good as it gets.
As they say in this business, while we were away, look at this.
You know, and sometimes when you win a close game, when you don't play great, and they should, everybody thinks they're going to roll Arkansas. That's kind of what Nick was saying. Maybe it took a little pressure off my team and they could play with more emotion. You could see there's more emotion from this Alabama football team.
Amari Cooper had the touchdown. He's now got 7 for 95, and they've changed the kickoff man. This is the freshman J.K. Scott, who did it all in high school, but that's very short. Taken by Speedy Noyle. Well, the floodgates have opened. They've really opened early.
Yeah, look at this. I'm sorry, Vern. We were talking to Lane Kiffin. He says, I have a bigger impact at home. Lane calls this play. He sees it. Now watch him signaling in the play. Blake Sims says, okay, I'll go with your play. What do we got? I want the fade to Amari Cooper. Nice call, Lane. Nice execution, Cooper. Nice pass by the quarterback. And what he told us is, on the road, we struggled with me having more impact with Blake. It was the first time Blake had been on the road.
Speedy Noyle, the wide receiver, gets the ball and doesn't pick up much. Landon Collins, number 26, made the tackle. Second down 5.
Vern, I got a quiz for you.
Yes.
All right? It's not our big question. Speedy Noyle just caught us another pass there. He caught 11 passes in one game for A&M. He came within 1 of breaking the A&M receiving record. Who did he break?
You're going to that bucket already.
Texas guy. You're a Texas guy. I figured you could. I'll help you out.
Okay.
Ryan Tannehill, the core first-round draft pick. As a freshman, Ryan Tannehill caught 12.
You don't have a life, do you, outside of this?
I'm a big Ryan Tannehill fan.
Yeah, as you should be. 3rd and 4. Pressure. Nothing. Ryan Anderson.
Jeez.
Number 7.
And now Alabama's going to be able to work on their 2-minute drill on top of this. Nobody really to throw to on this play. Kevin Sumlin is going, wow. All those things about Johnny Manziel scrambling too much and making plays with his legs that we were kind of critiquing him. Wish we could find a scramble from Johnny Manziel right now.
This is Kaiser's 6th punt. 6 in the first half.
Another great one. Oh, angled out. Had a bad angle. Did not go well. Oh, that keeps moving forward, doesn't he? Look at this.
Oh.
Well, it was high. Let's put it. I thought it was high. It was a bad angle.
That'll work. How about the run game? It's been missing. No longer. Here's the best run of the day. Well, I don't know. Yeldon had a couple that were pretty good. They get it. Derrick Henry, the big back on the ground.
Yeah, this is more what you expect. I mean, remember, as you look at those yards in a rushing comparison, we knew they'd have to dial it up. But remember, as you look at this Alabama team, 1 year ago this week in college football, Auburn had 1 loss.
Right.
They were 24 in the country. They went to Texas A&M and beat them. They moved up to 11th, ultimately made it in the national championship. Alabama is 7th right now with 1 loss, playing Texas A&M.
The injured player is Alonzo Williams, number 83. Junior from Long Beach, California.
Alonzo Williams was the move that Mark Snyder made 3 weeks ago against Arkansas, moving him to nose tackle. That it turned out really well for them.
There he is, number 83.
It was actually one of his own players. As he makes the tackle from the back end, he gets hit by Devontae Burns, and that's what causes it.
Time has been called. The Alonzo Williams up and able to walk off without assistance. Number 83, Ivan Robinson, teammate there to meet him. Well, let's cue the duck one more time. Seems time to answer the Aflac trivia question. The only Heisman Trophy winner to play for Bear Bryant.
Ryan Tannehill. No, no, close.
John David Crow, wonderful man. Later became the assistant coach here at Alabama under Bear, and then longtime athletic director at his alma mater. Won the Heisman in '57. Isn't that funny? I mean, you'd think somebody from Alabama might as well.
We remember.
It took him forever to get a right Heisman Trophy winner. That was Mark Ingram. Derrick Henry goes left, then goes south. That's a gain of 12.
This time he runs behind Quanjo. Second level block. Actually, no one really got a good one but Leon Brown. I got to believe Bradley Bozeman is doing a good job at center. I mean, everybody pointed him out for the last couple games when he was getting beat. So we might as well say the center today has not been.
Well, coming up at halftime, the Geico halftime report. Adam Zucker, Spencer, Brian, back in our studio. They'll get you caught up. It seems to have began as another chaotic Saturday in college football. 2nd down and 8, low snap. Sims incomplete, intended for Christian Jones.
You know, at the end of that play, if you can watch both the receiver, but more importantly, Devontae Harris, the defensive back, because of the targeting rules and the emphasis, watch Devontae Harris pull off. About 2 or 3 years ago, that would have been a major collision. Now, we all complain, me included, about those plays, but that's what they're trying to stop right there. A hit that is meaningless in the big part of the game. A frustrated player could have injured a player that was really at risk.
3rd down, 8. Excellent point.
I'm trying to find anything right now.
I understand, as if you needed me to congratulate you on the air. Derrick Henry.
Jeez.
Easy.
This is embarrassing for Texas A&M. This is a very proud university that played defense for years. Watching this happen to them today.
As a hot knife is to warm butter. Dreadful. That is if you're an Aggie fan.
I mean, there was nobody even close. If he had 2 flags from his hips, they wouldn't have grabbed it at him. Kevin Sumlin, who broke into this lead, losing a couple games in 2012 by 3 and 5 points. This is his worst loss by far.
Derrick Henry this time, as he celebrates the touchdown, just make note of this. The total yardage, 449 for Alabama. 449. Just a wide shot of the Aggie bench, and you get a sense of total befuddlement. 45-0. Kevin Sumlin. Ouch. Kenny Hill.
You know, remember, this is why, you know, just in the discussion, and we're gonna have a lot of time to discuss this stuff. Remember the discussion as we watch this kickoff. Go ahead, Vern.
All right.
Talk about this.
There's Noel. There's another fine tackle.
Remember about 4 weeks ago, the people that wanted it, as look at the Alabama people. This is excited football players.
That's Reuben Foster with the tackle and the kickoff.
And you know what I'm going back to the, remember 4 weeks ago, the people who said they knew who the best team was, they watched tape, and they said they thought that this Texas A&M team was one of the best 5 teams in the country. That to me is a dangerous thing to say. You watch a team, you get an impression of a team, you have to go resume. You can't go eyeballs. They fool you.
Here's Hill. Going deep, man coverage way down there. Cyrus Jones defending, and it was Speedy Noyle, number 2. Cyrus Jones began his career here at Alabama as a wide receiver, is having a very solid year at cornerback. He had great coverage then. You reach the point, if you're the Aggies, you just can't wait to run out the clock and get on the plane and go home.
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They're going to have to play this thing out.
Hill. Ryan Anderson, number 7. Kenny Hill, number 7. Do you believe it? Total yardage, 449 for the Aggies for Alabama, 50 for Kenny Hill and the Aggies. Let's go down quickly to Allie LaForce with Nick Saban.
Coach, have you ever seen a first half this dominant?
Well, you know, I'm really proud of our players. They really played well in the first half, and we asked them to dominate the team, and, you know, they've done that both sides of the ball and on special teams. So, you know, it's a 60-minute game. You know, we got to play in the second half, and hopefully we'll get to play a lot of players.
On Monday, you defended them. You stuck up for them when the fans called them out for the 14-13 win. Do you think they're responding because of that?
Well, you know, I think these guys really want to do the right thing. I think they really want to be good. I think sometimes maybe they don't know how, and I think that by standing up for them sometimes that gives them a little confidence.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you know, I think you got to give credit to the coach. He had a lot of maybe tight football players with a lot of pressure. We've talked about this in the past, Vern. It's a lot of pressure. You got to win them all here. And
yes,
maybe that close win kind of let the kind of balloon pop for him.
That's Chris Stewart, an old friend, interviewing Coach Saban, and that's the end of the first half. 45-0. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studios.
Do you believe this?
No, Eli Gold. Don't. 45-0 as we get set for the start of the second half. Now let's go inside the headset powered by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie LaForce with a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Vern. At this point, it's all about pride. He said, I have to evaluate my players throughout the second half. The guys that are playing well, I will continue to work with them and help them develop their skill set. The guys that are not playing well, we're going to replace them and get some young, new faces in there. I said, are you more disappointed with your offense or your defense? He said, pretty simply, both. It's going to be an upward climb.
All right, A&M outscored 66-zip in the last 2 games in the first half, and they trail by 45 here. J.K. Scott, the freshman punter, who has not been called. They're gonna let him kick off today so he can earn a letter. And there is Speedy Noyle, number 2, back for the Aggies.
You remember the last kickoff, it was a bit of an embarrassment for Texas A&M. Let's see if they bow up and try to block somebody here.
Here's the kick, and it will be returned.
Oh, man.
That's Foster again.
Wow.
Again.
I don't know if this hit was bigger than the last one, but it was Reuben Foster, and you know, everything that Kevin told Allie, I mean, that's the realities of big-time football.
Sure.
Right? I mean, I would have been most upset if I was Kevin Sumlin with those last special team plays. Remember the punt return by Christian Jones, and then that last kickoff where they're dancing all over almost our bodies on the field. You got to bow up and be football players here.
Kenny Hill, there was a downfield block. That really upended.
Yeah, Jarek Williams was the guy blocked on the play, and he gets up and makes the tackle. Was it was Jarek Williams diving across, and he ticked himself out. You could see his head hit the knee of the Texas A&M player.
That was Brandon Williams, number 1, running back with the block. First time we called his number today. He is on the field now. 9 on the play clock. Cameron Clear, not sure, unclear where he should go. Pressure, sack, flag down, top of the screen. This is Mark Curls, by the way, the alternate official who had to come on and replace Matt Austin, the referee, because Matt Austin strained a calf. So the alternate official becomes the referee in the game, Mark Curls.
Illegal shift, offense, penalties decline. The result of the play is a 3rd down.
You know, Vern, one more injury down there, and our partner up here in the booth, Steve Shaw, is going to have to suit up and go down there.
Steve is supervisor of officials for the
SEC. Up here. He's warming up in the background.
Well, there's a sack. It's recovered by Ryan Anderson. The ball is down. The ball is down. Mike Matthews and Ryan Anderson introduced themselves to each other.
Stunt. Pettaway comes in there first. Cleaned up from the backside, and good call. His back was on the ground before the ball popped out.
Drew Kaiser is on to punt again. And Christian Jones is deep.
Cyrus Jones back there too. He's the one that got the key block last time.
Fair catch. Christian Jones. Well, take us through first half trends.
Well, Vern laid it out for you, but I think the player of the game so far, you know, the offensive line, yes, but TJ Yeldon, the way he was running and picking those holes, he just looked like the back we have seen for the last couple of years. Blake Sims, we talked about in the open. You give this guy a little running game, I mean, with the receiver he has out there with Cooper, he's going to make plays. He did it both with his arm and with his feet. And there's one you don't see very often. Yards equaling plays. And remember, it's supposed to be A&M that's the up-tempo team.
Derrick Henry, number 27, is the running back on first down. That's DeAndre White, number 2, who starts in motion. Modest game.
I think you're going to get maybe 1-2 series of Blake Sims,
Okay.
and then we'll see the backup Jake Coker come in there and get some experience.
Jake Coker, who began his collegiate career at Florida State and was expected by many. Here's Derrick Henry. And another first down. Coker, you went to practice on Thursday and said he looked extremely good.
Yes, you know, when I was here a few weeks ago, I really wasn't overly impressed. And we talked to Lane about him in the day, you know, at our Friday meetings, and he said, I think he's tight. I think he's nervous. When we talked to Nick Saban, he said, you know what it is? It's he's finally learning the offense. He's reacting instead of thinking, and you can see his physical skills. I think he has the best arm in Alabama quarterback since I've been here. He's extremely arm talented.
That's 9 years. That's pretty good praise. Fake the draw. Sims got him wide open. Amari Cooper, touchdown.
Jeez. You know, at this point, I really don't know what. A little wrinkle, but here's what I'll say. Nobody's that good. That's bad defense.
Well put. It's 51-0. Adam Griffith, extra point is up. Amari Cooper now with 8 receptions. Blake Sims, wonder if he's through for the day.
That was good.
The hardest working guys in this booth in the next hour and a half are going to be David Moulton spotting for you, Butch Baird spotting for me, and Chuck Gardner trying to keep up with all the stats. Trey Williams.
Oh, we almost got another
Foster
one.
again.
Right now, Trent Williams goes, somebody block number 10. I don't care about anybody else. Could you please block number 10? Trey Williams yelling at his players. I mean, this is the time of a game where you're looking around and you're telling your teammates, we're going to check the film, and if you quit on us, you're going to be in trouble.
This is Brandon Williams, number 1.
And look at the complete domination of the Alabama defense against the elite, supposedly elite passing game of Texas A&M. Nothing down the field.
Hill got it. That's Boone Niederhofer.
It'd be interesting to see if the starters for Alabama can keep number 21, Maurice Smith, so he's got backups in the game already.
And Deshaun Hand, number 9.
Well, they play so many guys up front, Vern, that you don't know, but still got Trey DePriest in, still got Landon Collins in.
Yep.
Reggie Ragland has got his hand down, playing defensive end.
Kenny Hill got it. That's back-to-back first
That's not
downs.
going to count. I think he stepped out of bounds before he caught the pass. Let's see if he was forced out, though.
Edward Pope, first catch of the day.
If he was forced out, they'll let it go. And apparently he was. Yes, he was. You see, Cyrus Jones, if he gets forced out, he can come immediately back in.
Good catch. First down 10. Brandon Williams up the middle. Geno Smith. Well, recall midway through the first half, the right tackle Austin Shepard injured a knee, and this is a moment ago. Austin Shepard back on the field without shoulder pads on. Brandon Williams goes left. And for the first time this afternoon, the Aggies are in Alabama territory. Look at that. And a player down at the 40. During the timeout, Jonathan Allen assisted to his feet. And helped off the field, and they've taken him immediately over to the cart. And will take him into the locker room. Ryan Kelly, the starting center, out with an injury. Could be back in a week or two. And Kenyon Drake, the outstanding running back, out for the year with a broken ankle, joining his teammates on the sideline. First down and 10. Play action, Ken Hill. Double teamed and down. Trey DePriest and Ryan Anderson with the tackle.
You know, one of the hidden parts of this football game that Johnny Manziel brought, out of the 329 yards rushing the last 2 years in this matchup, Johnny Manziel had 190 of them himself. 58% of the rush yards were by the quarterback. That has not been replaced by Texas A&M this year. They cannot find a running game.
Almost picked off, should have been. Landon Collins, who had a huge interception to seal the win last week in Arkansas, drops this one.
Well, Vern, that should have been by Landon Collins is not as big as the first should have been of the football game. Who knows, with the struggling Blake Sims, if he throws an early pick six, who knows?
And that was a drop by the cornerback, DeShazer Everett. Here comes the blitz. It's Collins. He goes left side. It's knocked down.
Great play by Nick Perry. The free safety in the middle of the field. He read the trigger by the quarterback. He didn't wait till he threw it. He anticipated the throw. Sometimes the corner, the safety, has to anticipate the throw. He's hiding, he sees it, and he immediately goes. He actually knew the ball was going there before Kenny Hill threw it.
4th and 9, and why not? See the conversion rate for the season. Blitz, Collins coming again. Hill chased out. It's caught, but way short of the first down.
Trey DePriest again continues to have a great football game. This Alabama football team today has every answer for everything thrown at them.
Sabian Holmes with the catch. DePriest with yet another tackle. This total domination continues by the Alabama Crimson Tide. The 52 points scored today, the most versus any ranked team under Nick Saban. And new quarterback on as expected, Jacob Coker from Mobile, Alabama. This will be the fifth game in which he's played this year. 547 yards.
Let's just make sure they took out Cooper too. I don't think he's out there. That's a good move too.
Yes. This is Alti Tenpenny, who remember a year ago he was listed as third on the depth chart.
You know what's interesting, Vern, at practice? Tenpenny was running the scout team running back, and he was third on the depth chart. And one of the messages in the press conference that we didn't show from Nick Saban was there was a question about Tenpenny or a backup player being ready. And Nick said it's their job to be ready. Whether they're running the scout team or not, they have to be ready. You don't just practice when you know you're going to play. You practice hard no matter what. So Tenpenny was on the scout team, and he was blazing out there on scout team.
Tyron Jones is in at running back now. He's been nicked up the last 2 or 3 weeks. Gets the handoff from Coker and is driven down. Blake Sims threw for the day. Very effective. 16 of 27, 268. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. He also had a brilliant 43-yard rushing touchdown.
Remember a few weeks ago we had good Bo, bad Bo,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
We got to have home Blake, road Blake pretty soon, right? He's going to have to prove it on the road.
Yeah.
He's at Tennessee. Remember Alabama? Think about the injuries. They're at Tennessee, then they have a bye, okay? But I do believe Alabama has the most attractive remaining schedule for the contenders in the West.
Timeout, Alabama.
Timeout called by Nick Saban. We've reached the midway point of the third quarter. Lane Kiffin told us he wasn't going to shave until his team scored 21.
Must have had a premonition, huh?
At halftime, he went in and shaved again. Well, Nick Saban prowling the sidelines told us we'd see some new players in this half, and we have. Take us through the remaining schedules for the contenders.
Well, those are the 4 contenders in the West. Remember, my prediction is the winner of the SEC is going to be in. Mississippi State schedule, daunting. Remember, at Alabama, at Ole Miss, playing Tennessee at home, at LSU, at Arkansas. They're 2 big games, unless you want to count Presbyterian there. Auburn, I think, has the toughest. That is a tough one. At Ole Miss, at Georgia, at Alabama. And I think if you look at, now none of them are easy, obviously.
Right.
But if you look at this, the way things are going, an open date before LSU, really an open date, you know, then they come back, the Mississippi State game, if you're going to play them. But I think this is the easiest schedule. I think you look at this is the toughest schedule. These two you can kind of mix up, but remember that last one is at Ole Miss. You know, I mean, it's laid out right there. There's no walkovers. You know, everybody's got those layup bye games, basically. You
Homecoming.
know, yep. Western Carolina, Presbyterian, Texas Lutheran, or wherever you went.
Thank you very much. They're undefeated and open this week.
I'm not talking about my Purdue lost today. They snatched defeat out of victory again.
I saw that by 1. There's Tenpenny back in.
Let's talk about it's 4th down here. We might get to see a punt. Texas A&M, they're going to have to rebuild this thing. Okay, you know, after this they've got a bye week. You know, Kevin told Allie he's going to challenge every player, and no job is safe. And they got Louisiana Monroe, so they got 2 weeks to get ready for Auburn at Auburn. I mean, if they're going to have a bowl season now, they got to struggle to get into a bowl game.
And for the first time today, you see the freshman J.K. Scott averaging 46.7 per punt, but he doesn't have enough to qualify for the national rankings. He would be 3rd if he had enough, but he does not. Here's Nick Harvey, number 8. And back in August, when we were looking at the schedule, where do you think we're going to be next Saturday? Well, we're going to take our traveling crowd to the University of Kentucky, where the Wildcats will host Mississippi State, number 1. It all begins with the Auto Trader College Football Today show with Adam and the group back in New York. That's at 3 o'clock Eastern time. First time in 7 years I've been to Kentucky.
So we watch A&M come back out on the field. Is it still Kenny Hill? I'm looking to make sure here.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yep, Kenny Hill still. You know, coming into this game, for Texas A&M, protecting the quarterback, they'd thrown 328 passes and they had 10 sacks. So that's 1 sack for every 33 passes. So far in this game, Alabama, 4 sacks in 20 passes.
Ouch. Or.
Yeah, that's ouch. I played that position. That hurts.
Okay. No, I was going for oofta.
Yeah,
you know,
there you go.
That's when you know things are bad, when you do the Norwegian modified curse word. 2nd down and 7.
That's legal now. Not now that Nick did it.
Here's Hill. Incomplete. Malcolm Kennedy. Let's check in with Allie down on the sideline.
Thanks, Vern. After Alabama's 14-13 win over Arkansas, Coach Saban reached out to Alabama's golf coach, Jay Sewell. Sewell has been very successful with the golf team at Alabama, leading them to back-to-back national championships. Well, Coach Sewell referenced the movie Secretariat. And what he said about the movie is Secretariat's owner believed that he could win the Triple Crown no matter what and risked her entire life for it. And before he went to win the Triple Crown, she looked at her horse and she said, just let him run. And that is the same message that Coach Saban told to the team. He said, I just want you to run and have fun. And I'd say they're doing a pretty good job running today.
Yeah, they're 20 lengths ahead, right?
Yeah, about 31 lengths.
Yeah, 31 lengths.
The magic number for Secretariat.
Yeah.
Yep. And so it's going to be 4th and 4, and the Aggies will give up the football. Drew Kaiser has been the most heavily used weapon. This is his 8th punt of the game. With one exception, he's punted very well. Christian Jones is deep. Fair catch.
Nope.
Oh. Really?
Should have been. Christian.
Yep.
They're all feeling it. They want to run, as Ali said.
Now listen closely to this one.
All right.
Tomorrow. Oh, here's the catch. Sorry.
He didn't free catch it and made a dodge. He's saying, I want more yardage.
Now then, tomorrow, when the top 15, I just read these, okay? When the top 15 cowpokes grab hold of the world's 15 toughest bulls, something or somebody's got to give. It's Monster Energy Bulls on the beach.
Would you rather right now,
Oh, I can't wait
at this
where
point,
we're going with this.
play quarterback for A&M or ride a bull right now? If you had to choose.
Among the diversified things I've been assigned to, I ride a bull.
Yeah.
I actually did.
You get off in 8 seconds. That's wireless. Can't get off here. You got another quarter to go.
I worked with Larry Mahan 30 years ago on the George Paul Super Bowl in Del Rio, Texas.
What is that?
The show, where's Del Rio?
No, that's George Paul. What does
George
that mean?
Paul was a great bull rider 45, 50 years ago. We're both reaching.
Yeah, I got
right?
you.
Coker.
Oh, man.
Well, among the news and notes of the past week, we got our attention that Mike Slive has announced his intention to retire as the SEC commissioner next summer. Look at the accomplishments for Mike. Won 67 national championships in the league under his leadership. He is battling a reoccurrence of prostate cancer. That's one of the motivating factors in his decision to retire next summer, and we wish him nothing but the best.
I know you two are very close, Vern. And
yeah.
We look forward to seeing him in Atlanta at the end of the year at our annual dinner. And it'll be a little bittersweet with that news.
Yeah, it sure will. Here's Coker being chased.
Oh, just throw it away.
And he did.
Did it get across the line? It did, yes.
Uh-oh, Coker went down. He took a bit of a hit.
Yep.
Quaylen Cunningham.
Yeah. You can see Jake Coker still, as he gets pressure inside from Cunningham. He actually missed a couple of receivers in that. He's not really into the tempo yet. He's extremely gifted, talented, but he doesn't really have the timing of the offense yet.
So J.K. Scott, true freshman out of Denver, Colorado. Nick Harvey is back to return it and waves everybody off. Time now for Red Lobster to present today's Scholar Athletes. These are the 2, 4, 6, 7 men who will be finishing their master's degree in December. How about that? Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our futures is shown today by donating $1,000 to the University of Alabama's General Scholarship Fund. If you did just join us, that is the correct score. 52-0. First down 10. Hill.
Number 10. It's a heat-seeking missile.
He's had 3 great tackles on kickoffs. He's injured on this play.
Yep. You know, and everybody says that, you know, he's extreme great athlete, going to be a great player, but still hasn't learned the whole system yet. Got kicked in the ribs, it looked like, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Makes the tackle. I don't know what it was, but you can see his ability. Another 5-star player, just not quite comfortable with the whole package of coverages. I thought he did get kicked. Yep, that's what happened.
Young man who grew up in Auburn, Alabama.
You know, Vern, we go out to practice and watch everything, but one of the fun things to do is to watch Kirby Smart on the practice field. You know, Nick gets a lot of credit for his defense, but the guy that really runs it is Kirby. I mean, he's in total control on the practice field, and we've been here a long time, and he's ready. I'm going to tell you, athletic directors, he's ready for a job.
Yeah, I'm somewhat shocked. If he's been offered, we haven't heard it.
Well, sometimes you always think like, well, it's Nick's job, but I can guarantee you, these two guys together, now they've got great players, yes, but go out one time and watch them coach their players. It's a lot of fun. Some people probably don't enjoy it as much as I do, but the intensity on the practice field is just something to behold.
Been with Nick Saban for 7 years, as you saw. Second down and 13. Foster off the field. Trey Williams, number 3, out of bounds. Geno Smith, number 24, was there.
You know, when we put this game together, Vern, you know, we never know who's going to win. I mean, we honestly don't. We thought it could be a good game, right? I mean, we thought it would. It was selling to our guys, you and us and the team, that if Kenny Hill didn't get help from his running backs, I did not think A&M had a chance.
Right.
And you just, you know, the up-tempo's nice, but you have to be able to dependably run the ball in this league.
Here's Hill. That one's caught. And Niederhofer. Clock unwinding. That's a gain of 13.
Beautiful throw.
Hill now 14 of 22 make it, but for a modest 103 yards. This is Trey Williams, number 3.
And you know what might have been hidden a bit for A&M is the Johnny Manziel effect. What Johnny brought to the team were those scramble yards that they didn't really need the overpowering running game. Look at that. 45% of the rushing yards in 2012, 32% last year, but just 14% from the quarterback. So where are they going to make up those yards? Freshman quarterback can't produce it all through the air.
Now in college football they call scrambles or sacks. It comes off the rushing yardage, but for Kenny Hill, 10 carries for minus 11 yards today.
You know, an interesting way that Alabama looks at scrambles. Because they consider, remember when Manziel would scramble all around on a pass play and run for yardage? In the statistics for Alabama, they count that as passing yards. Because they tell their team that part of the defense on a pass play is not allowing the quarterback to run. So when they're judging it, they're judging how the players react to a scramble, and the way they configure their stats, they consider it different than a run play.
Second down 9. 1:40 to go, third quarter. Trey Carson, number 21. Ryan Anderson, number 7 for Alabama. That stops the clock for the out-of-bounds play.
Watch this technique by Ryan Anderson. Watch how he knows he's getting blocked, but he knows he can't get hooked. He's playing his fundamentals. Now watch, he's getting blocked, but he continues to run outside and just hopes the ball carrier comes there. He could not see the ball carrier, but he knew he had help inside, and he just played his technique.
3rd and 8. Blitz. Across the middle, caught. That's Josh Reynolds, number 11. Fumbled. And out of bounds, so A&M will maintain control, and Reynolds took one to the ribs.
A little pressure this time from Ryan Anderson, but he hangs in there just as he releases it. He gets the crossing route. And at the end of this play, holding that ball loosely, you got to hold it high and tight. And he's fortunate it was near the sideline when it came out.
It was Geno Smith, number 24, who popped it loose. It is a first down for A&M, trying to score before the third quarter ends. Three-man rush this time. Across the
Oh, what a play!
Intercepted. Reggie Ragland.
What a play! That might be the play of the day. And he tried to catch this. This wasn't a mistake. He lined up as a defensive end or tackle in their dime look. Remember, Vern told you early he was going to play both linebacker. I don't know where. Yeah, he's outside. And he comes to the inside. And look at him jump. Oh, what a play. And this ball's thrown hard. And look at that. I guess those recruiting services are pretty good.
Oh, my goodness. Alabama has the football. Do they ever?
Wow. That was J.J. Watt-ish right there.
Here's the toss to L.T. Tenpenny.
Did you see that Thursday night game when the guys on
did.
CBS, J.J. Watt put on that show?
Yeah.
I watched a lot of football. That's as good as I've seen.
Is he? I thought the answer was pretty obvious. He's worth what he can command.
Yeah. You know, Mark Schlereth had an interesting comment about him. He says, I played a lot of great guys, great defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers. I've never seen a guy that can do all three like he could.
Yeah.
To that level.
Reggie Ragland. With a defensive punctuation point.
Could we start taking calls or something like that?
We're holding open auditions for our spots. That's the end of 3. We'll return to Tuscaloosa right after this word to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. We begin the 4th in a game dominated by Alabama. They lead it by 52 in the 4th quarter. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Allie LaForce. And there is a graphic demonstration of total domination. 2nd down and 9 as we get started in the final quarter of play. Jacob Coker has the Crimson Tide with a 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line. Left side, Tenpenny. First down. Well, it seems to me there's just no end in sight to this.
No, this was, as Vern called it correctly, a holy cow, and how about that day, basically, right?
Yeah. It was a double O wild game.
It was double O wild, double holy cow game. And, it has to be disappointing for Kevin Sumlin and his football team. I mean, they were up to 5 or 6 in the country at one time.
Right.
Remember, Kevin Sumlin is 6-2 in his career at Texas A&M against top 25 teams. Ironically, all 6 of those wins had been on the road. So he was feeling good about being a road warrior. Now, there's a big hit and something that his teammates will appreciate. I think it was Sean Washington, number 33.
It was. Yep.
And he's taking on a man. If you've ever seen I think was it Henry that time? No, Tenpenny. But that is a way to finish a game. I can tell you, I played on blowouts before, okay? Responsible for some of them. I'm not the bad part,
yes.
Okay? Teammates watch teammates at end of games. They don't need coaches to tell them who's quitting. Teammates know who doesn't finish a football game.
2nd down and 10 here. Opening minute and a half of the 4th quarter. Coker being chased.
See that arm strength right there?
Or Darius Stewart.
See, that's Zach Mettenberger type arm strength. That's the type of arm strength he has. Now, he's way behind okay, in ability, but look at that. That's a throwing across your body. When you run to the right and throw that, that's throwing across your body. It's a very difficult throw.
Here's Tenpenny again. He was somersaulted. Well, if we're going to choose the signal play of the game, I choose this one. Blake
Really,
Sims.
it was fantastic. Yes, this actually, I thought, ended it for Texas A&M. Blake Sims showed by decision-making and athletic ability why everyone is so happy for this guy. I met him yesterday. Vern, you did too. Very humble. He's worked a long time for this. He knows he didn't play great the last 2 weeks and is just saying, I just want to finish this year with pride and honor my teammates and do it well for Alabama.
This is Cam Sims, a true freshman. That's his second catch of the year. First was last week. And Devontae Harris, number 1, with the tackle. Yeah, Sims, who spent a little, it's a nice smile, a little bit of time as a running back and patiently waited his turn. It was thought by most that Coker would win the starting job, and it all turned in the last scrimmage before the regular season began, when Coker struggled and Sims excelled, and then Blake Sims got the starting nod, and he's been the starting quarterback ever since. Tyron Jones. Oh, what's happened in college football thus far? Mississippi State has an open date. Big game tonight. Florida State, Notre Dame. Ole Miss against Tennessee. Baylor loses at West Virginia by 14. Auburn with an open date. Alabama is going to win this one. Michigan State, well, they were trailing in that one.
Really?
Yeah, at one point. Oregon versus Washington. And Georgia, second week in a row on the road.
That's impressive. 2 great, impressive wins. You know, Mark Richt is about as even keel of a coach as we can run across in college football, and it has paid off. That team is improving a lot.
That one, Coker keeps it, and Deshaun Hall. Remember, Todd Gurley is sitting out while the questions continue. There's no resolution now about his. It's a dumb rule, but it's a rule in the NCAA. You can't profit off your image or.
What's a dumb rule? Really? You think that's a dumb rule, really?
That you can't. I do.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
We disagree on that one.
Do we really?
If you want to profit, go to the NFL.
Okay.
You're not allowed to.
It's a polite disagreement.
No, I understand.
No,
I don't think you should be. I don't think they should be able to sell jerseys. What they should do is change the rule where if you want to go to the NFL, go to the NFL.
We will continue this conversation on the bus tonight.
We've got 10 more minutes of this game.
We could get this solved.
Yeah. No, I know I respectfully disagree. There's a lot of people that agree with you, by the way. A lot of people that agree. I don't.
Blake Sims has led the Crimson Tide. They're going to win this one big.
Game recap.
And we invite all of you to cinch up your seatbelts and hang on. That first half was total domination by the Aggies, particularly defensively. They allowed 51 total yards and 0 points. Here's a play that will be replayed all night long. Blake Sims, 43-yard touchdown. That made it 24-0. And as the first half continued, it was T.J. Yeldon and Derrick Henry who excelled. 21 rushes for a total of 172 yards. 3 TDs between them, and they jumped out to an insurmountable lead. Here is Derrick Henry, 41-yard touchdown with very little effort defensively. And then Amari Cooper held in check the last couple of weeks. Not today. That was a 45-yard reception, and Amari Cooper ends his day with 8 catches for 140 yards. Look at the student sections, almost still full. Not quite. I'm just thinking about Nick Saban calling out the students a couple of years ago. And a new quarterback now, Kyle Allen. After that, oh dear.
Throw
oh
away.
Dear.
Throw away. There you go.
Mike Matthews is the center.
Yeah, they haven't, that's their prize recruit, fought in a big battle to, just get edged out by Kenny Hill. And Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator, told us that it was pretty even. He went with experience of Hill over Allen, and that's why he's got his offensive line in the game. He does not want to risk his quarterback getting killed out here.
This is the 4th game in which Kyle Allen has participated this year, but he's first since a convincing win at SMU.
Vern, if you're A&M, where do you go from here? What do you go back to as fundamentals? You just had a nice run of offensive alignment. Luke Jokel a couple years ago, Jake Matthews, now this year Cedric Boyke, going to lose them. Where do you go forward? Do you continue with the same attack? That's really Kevin Sumlin's game plan, basically.
Yeah, Allen got rid of it, and Brandon Williams catches it. Let's take a look at the Aggie schedule from here to the end of the year.
Kind of teed it up a little earlier, Vern, that, they got coming up with an open date and then basically 2 open dates, although who knows.
Right.
But then that's at Auburn. So if they want to get, to that, get into a bowl game, they're going to have to turn on. They're likely to beat UL Monroe, but who knows?
Yep. 5-3 after today. And here is Drew Kaiser's punt, his 9th of the day. Christian Jones. 8:57 to go. Tough day for Kenny Hill and the A&M offense. Pretty much brighter, I should say. By Chick-fil-A. And we welcome you back to Tuscaloosa. Don't forget, later in the game, the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. Heavy debate going on here in the booth. It's currently tied at 1-1.
You're right. Like you say, we've got a long bus ride.
Yeah, we do. Indeed.
Let me tell you, everybody out there, Vern is fun to travel with. Anybody know that?
Well, the college football playoff picture, Mr. Danielson,
yeah,
it's
well,
all
on
yours.
this 3-hour bus ride, we can talk about this. Remember, start of the season, I say everybody controls their own destiny. You go undefeated, you can do it. Already, though, we're down to 6 teams controlling their own destiny. The SEC champ is in. The winner of that game, should they win out, wins. But Baylor, already. So we're only down to 2 possible teams automatically being in, where the committee doesn't even have to meet about it.
To be continued. This is Tyron Jones. We'll take one more look at this Tyron Jones run.
Trying to earn time, earn playing time, earn future time. Remember we saw Kenyon Drake late in a game earn, like we go, wow, look at this guy. He's going to be a great one.
Tyron Jones, a freshman. This is the 4th game in which he has participated for the Crimson Tide. It's 1st down and 10.
Almost all backups in there now.
Mm-hmm. That's Cam Sims, his 2nd catch. And a continuation of the playoff picture. Gary?
So now the committee's going to choose. Now, this is in no order. But, I mean, now these people are alive with only 2 automatics. The Big Ten champ's alive. The Pac-12 champ is Oregon is alive. Or, Arizona, any one-loss team, basically. Notre Dame's alive. Florida State, should they lose, be alive. A 2nd SEC team, and oops. I was going to say Oklahoma, but nope.
And they lost earlier today.
But I tell you what, in 3 weeks, 2 lost teams we may be counting here, like 2007.
Tyron Jones again, number 20. Let's take a moment, go back to the studio for a Ford update. Here's Adam.
All right, Vern, you don't have the only blowout this afternoon, but at least Arkansas is fighting back against number 10 Georgia. 4th and goal. Brandon Allen floats one up there to Hunter Henry, and the Hogs have scored 2 straight touchdowns to make it 38-19 in Little Rock late in the 3rd quarter. Back to you, sir.
All right, Adam, thank you. It's 3rd down 1 here. Yes. That's going to be a 1st down. It's Jones with another carry. Donnie Baggs with the tackle.
But, you know, if we just think about this championship thing, all the one-loss teams are alive now. I mean, I've got 4 in the Big Ten,
Okay.
4 in the Pac-12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 in the Big 12 because TCU or Oklahoma State's going to lose, and TCU's up big. And there's 4 of them in the SEC. Obviously, one of them is going to be the champ, and then a one-loss second team. So we got 12 teams at 1 loss that are all of a sudden in it.
Another injury. Deshaun Hall is the injured player, number 10 for the Aggies. Time has been taken. Only CBS. Injured player for the Aggies, Deshaun Hall. Deshaun Hall over on the bench, and we've got 6:34 remaining. Alti Tenpenny is the running back. Gets the handoff and heads left and cuts back on 1st down. .550 remaining. Coker got it.
Yep. When Jake really gets it,
yeah,
he's got it. He needs to quicken up his delivery, though. Those short throws we've been seeing, he's a little bit too deliberate. You know, he has the fastball. Now he has to have the quick ball. You know, he needs that. He has great size. But, you know, Alabama needs to get him ready in case, I mean, they're trying to win a championship, and they need to continue to get him throws to get him the experience in case something happens to Blake Sims.
That's why you think they're throwing the ball
yeah,
here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they need to practice their second team.
All right. 1st down 10, 52 zip.
They're being nice. They're only doing it on 3rd down. That's gentlemanly.
Right. And let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Vern. This week we talked to Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin about how social media and outside factors really affect this team. And Nick Saban told us that never before have external factors affected the way people think as much as they do now. And Lane Kiffin added to that. He said this week has been about building up the confidence and reminding the players how good they are instead of writing them about the mistakes that they've made in the last 2 games.
All right, Allie. And they have excelled today. 2nd down and 7 here with 4.5 to go. Play action. Coker pulls up, goes deep.
Whoa, that was nice.
Ty Flanoy Smith, number 83, a 3rd-team tight end.
I gave you a good scouting report on him, didn't I, Vern? I said, Jake is really coming on. There's the route right here, but watch the work in the pocket. Play action pass, he dodges a defender and then reloads and puts it perfectly on target. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was wondering, did he have it? When I watched him Thursday, he's got it.
And how about that?
That's nice to know because they're going to run Blake Sims now the rest of the year. That's going to be a new weapon. So they need 2 quarterbacks when they do that.
4:16 remaining. There will be no rant from Nick Saban on Monday.
Oh, he'll find something to be upset about.
We are back at Bryant-Denny in Tuscaloosa, 59-0 after that touchdown toss from Jacob Coker. It's now time for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. It occurred when this one was still a contest. And it was T.J. Yeldon with the longest run of the season. Let's watch it again and listen to Eli Gold.
37 seconds to go in the period. Handoff Yeldon behind Shepard's block. He'll cut inside, get into the secondary, breaks another tackle. He'll cut left, angling towards the end zone. 10-5, taken down from behind at the 3-yard line.
Just an example of the dominance. I keep thinking back to that conversation we had with Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban yesterday. We're not running the ball.
Exactly.
No comments like
well,
that.
They're 7 yards away from a nice double. 300 yards passing and 300 yards rushing.
Here's the kickoff.
Uh-oh.
Trey Williams.
I thought that A&M was going to avoid the shutout on special teams.
Well, they still may avoid the shutout after.
Remember when I said Nick will find something to be upset with?
You got it.
This might be it. And what I say is, as long as it isn't me or you, I'm okay with that, to tell you the truth.
That's never a good thing when your kickoff man or punter has the best chance of stopping it, and J.K. Scott won't remember that fondly.
Well, a little better field position. I knew it. I knew it. That was Bobby Williams, ex-longtime assistant with Nick from his Michigan State days. Bobby was the head coach at Michigan State and has been here as a special teams coordinator for a while. For Nick.
Allen into the flat. James White. Dylan Lee. Well, the last time the Aggies were shut out, that's an ouch. November 8th in 03, when Oklahoma was #1. 77 zip in that one. It's 59-0 here. Kyle Allen with James White in the backfield. Pressure. Allen out of bounds. Uh-oh. Nope. Deshaun Hand, number 9.
Yeah, that was nice ability by Allen. Look at his speed to get to the outside. And welcome to the SEC right there. Little love tap.
That's the defensive number 9, Deshaun Hand. Amari Cooper, of course, wearing that number with such distinction offensively. 3rd and 12. Allen, incomplete. Edward Pope, the intended receiver. Dylan Lee appeared to be the closest defensively.
Yep, that's combo coverages. 4 receivers go out that way, a back and 3 receivers. Alabama counters with 5 defenders, and they comboed it out perfectly. Remember, they struggled with that when we saw them at Ole Miss. I guess they practiced it.
4th and 12. Across the middle, incomplete, ball goes over. Sabian Holmes, the intended receiver.
You could feel that Alabama defense wanting that shutout on that one. They played it well, and there was no chance.
I'm just thinking about the couple we just showed in the Aggie jerseys.
Right.
You know, one of the great traditions at A&M is when they score, you get to kiss your date. Been a long afternoon for that guy.
Right. We have a better chance of kissing than they do here. That ain't happening either.
No, it certainly is not. 1st down and 10. Alec Morris is now the quarterback. Oh, goodness.
Vern, we talked about the injuries. There's Kenyon Drake. He's got a little scooter he's riding around, and he was in great spirits. He was actually out at practice on Thursday. I talked to him. Look, he's got the oatmeal cream. He's got Nick's cookies.
That's great.
He's going to give the coach the cookies. But I actually talked to Kenyon. He's very positive, believe he's going to come back 100%. And, you know, I actually talked to him a little bit about our call of that play. Kind of told him we did not see it. And he goes, no big deal.
This is Tyron Jones. Stay tuned for the Dodge postgame show on CBS Sports. That's coming up with the guys back in the studio. Adam, Spencer, look at that.
Yep.
That is great.
Vern, just a little shout out, if you could just stand by just a little second here. But to the Tuscaloosa VA Medical Center. Great people. Met Connie Booth, her fantastic staff, the work they do over there with long-term care. You know, there's a lot of publicity about the VA people, but they do it right here in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I know. You spent some time with those folks, and you're to be congratulated for that. Here's Jones again. He's having a much busier day than he thought when he woke up this morning. And Alabama has gone over 600 yards of total offense today. Seems forever it was 52-0.
Yeah.
Long.
Well, I wonder if the stats people, because they like these things here, can find 2 more yards rushing in the stats, because they're at 298.
Oh dear. 4th and 5. Maybe a fake punt.
No, they're not going to do that. Not even Steve Spurrier would do that.
Jake Scott with the punt to Nick Harvey. Reverses field and is taken down. Dylan Lee was a part of it. 48-yard punt, nothing on the return. Yeah, student section, it's not full, but enough to.
So what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? We watched them here now. I mean, I've heard for a whole week this is not the same Alabama team. They're okay, you know. I mean, but they're not vintage SEC typical champion. Would you like to play them here? You know, I mean, they're going to catch Mississippi State
here.
Most likely, unless it's a big upset, Kentucky. You know, anybody can beat anybody, but that'll be a downer for Mississippi State not to come to this game undefeated. As good as the first half of the season, that's how much of a downer if they don't come here undefeated.
Nick Saban, Kevin Sumlin, midfield. Blake Sims, really a nice, effective day all around. Aggies failed to score. Alabama scored 59. So for Gary Danielson and Allie the Force, Vern Lundquist, so long from Tuscaloosa. The Dodge postgame show is up next. Our thanks to the guys in the truck, led by Craig Silver, Steve Milton. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station.